Once again, very good morning and thanks for joining. So, as part of yesterday's session, we started about SQL Server architecture, and you were having some queries and doubts. Okay, let's first discuss on the queries and doubts, then we'll move on the further concepts. Okay, yeah. Now you can proceed, sir, whatever you are having.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, I
Yeah.
am having one doubt regarding where user ID and password is validated. Like the query is validated in query optimizer or query parser, like where user ID and password is validated.
Why user password will come into the query optimizer, sir?
Then where it is validated when you pass the
So
connection string.
without authentication, how it will go into the database engine?
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to ask that where the authentication is validated.
Come on, network protocols, right? How you are making the communication. You once you got the connection to the server, now it need to connect to the database engine. How
Okay.
you are trying to connect to the database engine using protocols, right?
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
it making authentication, it will try to authenticate to the database engine, then the query will move on, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Without connecting to the database engine, how it can move to the relational engine or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is validated in protocol layer.
Yes.
Okay.
The connection is establishing, not validating. Connection is establishing. Before it is establishing means your login, your password is correct, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe your ports also. Maybe see we are connecting from local. If you are connecting from local, no problem. See,
Okay.
for example, you wanted to try to make the connection. So it
Yeah.
first it need to make the connection. Whether you are executing or not executing, that's again secondary. Okay.
Okay.
Being we are connecting from SSMS, we know that okay we are, but some most of the time application users they will design their own third party tools, URLs, third party tools, right? From there they are making connection using connection string. So first it will make the connection, then it will go whatever the user is sending the request. It can be they are running queries, they are running SPs, they are running whatever it may be. So
Okay.
once it connect to the database engine, then the user request will start processing. How it will process? Yesterday we discussed, right? Again, I will repeat after in a while. Okay,
And
you got
this
it?
user and password will store in master database.
Yeah, it can be stored in master database. It can be also stored in user database when you enable contain database users.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the validation will on the master database. It is checking the user ID is present or not. If not present, then invalid username. Like
Okay,
that.
forget about security part. We are not worrying about security as of now currently, because there is a separate session where we are going to discuss 3 to 4 days on security.
Okay.
That time you will let to know. I will let you know. Sorry, not you will let know. I will let you know.
Okay.
Let's concentrate on the data movement first.
Okay.
Okay,
So one
security
more
is a
thing.
separate concept.
Okay. One more thing. Sir, what is the cost? Based on which parameter SQL Server calculate the cost?
Based on what type of query you are passing, sir. How many tables
Select
you are
statement.
passing? Yeah, it's not like a select statement. It's not like an insert. How many? What is? See, for example, your table contains 10 columns. Cost can be anything. So your table contains 10 columns. Each column, what is the data type? What is the data type? So you are having integer, you are having varchar, you are having varchar max, you are having character max. So if, for example, integer, there will be default for 4 bytes, which is storing in the memory. Okay. So what query you designed? What query you designed? What are the operators you are getting? Yesterday we discussed, right, when we open the execution plan. What is
Yeah.
see when you are writing the queries again, the cost is depends on what type of query you are designing. Select star from sales dot sales order details. If I go for estimated execution plan, I am getting only three operators now. So four operators. One is select, one is compute scalar, one is compute scalar, one is clustered index scan, and what is the each cost it will estimate, because I am retrieving entire table. So I don't want entire table. I can write some where class uh, where line total equal to some value I'm passing. Okay, or order by line total descending. So what sort of query it is? Now now you will see a little bit something warning, almost same similar operators, but you got the filter operator here. So what sort of query you are writing? Based on what operators it is getting. For that operator, what is the cost? Then finally, what is the cost of the query? So it's a optimizer is a cost-based optimizer along with the selective-based optimizer. Means how much data you are trying to retrieve. Select. It will also see how many data you are select base, cost base. Two things. Internally, there are a lot of algorithms. That's what I told you right yesterday. Again, I will come back with this optimizer when we are discussing update statistics. There is a concept called update statistics. That concept is for optimizer. The backbone is the update statistics. You will get to know, sir, all slowly. Okay? Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Mm.
Someone told, so we are having some. No? Yes? Okay. If no questions, let me recall, sir, what we discussed yesterday. Okay. In a briefly, again, once again, the people who not yet understand, okay. Again, let's walk through once again. We are learning how your query is processing, okay. How your query. So whenever any user is performing any operation, okay, whenever any user is performing any operation, how your query is processing, how your query is processing. That is very important, sir. We want to understand. So first, when you go for SQL architecture will follows, okay, different layers. So SQL architecture will follows different layers. That's what yesterday we've been discussed, right? It first go into the network layer to make the authentication, to make the connectivity to the database engine. Once the connectivity made, then it will start processing your request, whatever you are passing. It will start processing your request. So once it start process the request in database engine, so we are having two different engines. In database engine, we are having two different engines. So when what is that two engines means? One is relational engine, one is query engine. One is relational engine, one is relational engine, one is storage engine. Under the relational engine, there are three components. One is command parser, query optimizer, query executor. Under storage engine, access method, buffer manager, buffer pool, plan cache, data cache, transaction manager, lock manager. There are a lot of caches are available in the storage engine. As of now, we are not focusing anything. We are focusing only these two component. When we are discussing locking, blocking, deadlocks, when we are discussing lock file architecture, I will come back with this concept. Okay, so we are not skipping this concept now. We are going to discuss when we are discussing log file architecture, log file behavior, how log file is getting the data, from where it is getting the data, how the data is flushing, what we will call in the log file. All the stuff we are going to discuss when we are discussing log file architecture. And log manager also we are going to discuss, because log will also consume some memory internally. Internally, it will also consume some memory. Even logs will also consume memory, how much memory it will consume, what exactly it is doing. So we are going to discuss when we are discussing locking, blocking, deadlocks concept. Okay. In general, how the data is processing, let's focus on that part. When user is performing when user is performing any operation, first it will go to the command parser First, it will go to the command parser. It will check the syntax checks, means it will verify whether your query is valid or not. First, it will check the syntax when you click on parser, or if you go to the query, sorry, if you go to the tools, if you go to the options, if you go to the query execution, SQL, advanced, where you can enable set the parser online. If you enable this one, okay, so when you click here, it will just parse the request. It will just parse the request. See, it is not executed, it just parsed. If you execute, it will parse the request. Okay, it will execute data type varchar matrix. Okay, nothing. So first it will try to parse the request. Once the parse is perfect, it will try to verify the semantic checks. What do you mean by the semantic checks, Subbu? That is what very important, sir. uh, very confusing concept, very important. Once it will check, it will make sure that syntax is valid. If the query has syntax error, that it will return the error in the client through protocol layer. Again, it will back to the application team and will throw the error like you also get it right. So incorrect email address, incorrect password, like same, uh, unable to identify the object. Okay, so object or does not exist, invalid parameter, incorrect syntax. So it will pop up such kind of warning symbols into the client environment. So if there is no syntax X, everything is perfect, then command parser will start generating the query tree. Command parser will start generating the query tree. This is very important thing, sir. This is very important. How it will prepare the query tree means, how it will prepare the query tree means, so primary function is to perform the binding, which means validating whether table is exist and columns used in the query exist, load the metadata information from the tables and column, identify all the data types used by the query. Means it will get the information, complete information about your tables, whatever you are performing, about the columns, whatever you written in this in that query. It can be it not only it can be select statements, sir, whatever the query you are returning. So it will validate everything and it will try to perform the query tree, because SQL can understand the query tree. SQL can understand the query tree. How your query tree looks like means, so for example, okay, you need to enable the trace on 8605 3605 to see the query tree information. And this is my select statement. Okay, so when you run this query, okay, if you go to the messages, it is preparing the query tree. See, this is how it will prepare the query tree internally. This is how it will prepare the query tree internally. Internally, it is preparing the query tree. So will I go on read all this stuff, Subbu, in real world? Means no need, sir. But that is how it will prepare the query tree. And whatever the query tree it prepared, right, that will store in the buffer. Again, please keep it in mind. Whatever the query tree it is preparing for that query, it will store in the buffer. Like same, I told you right yesterday. So whatever the plan it is preparing, that plan is also storing. Whatever the query tree it is preparing, that query tree is also storing in the buffer. Query tree is storing, plan cache is storing. Both are storing in the buffer. Buffer is nothing but RAM, sir. When we are discussing memory architecture, this is what we are going to cover. Where that plans are storing, how to see that plans, where that query stores are storing. Okay, how I can get to know how much query stores information is stored in the buffer. All this stuff we are going to cover in the memory architecture. Memory architecture. As of now, what you need to understand, whatever the SQL Server command parser is binding and preparing the query tree, okay, that query tree information is also storing in the buffer, nothing but memory. And as well as your plan is also storing in the plan cache. Your plan is storing in the plan cache. Here it will store the information. Next time when I perform, okay, next time when I perform, it will try to get the same plan. If you done some modification, all this stuff, How it will do all this stuff we are going to discuss in advanced level. Hope you understand, sir, now. Everyone? No? Yes?
Subbu, can you run that query tree execution again?
Yeah.
Uh, I just want to understand how what is that I understand it does this query tree creation. Does it mean that it is trying to get the metadata information into query tree?
Yes, sir. We are passing the table name right here. Okay.
Okay,
We are passing but every table will contains one object, ID.
okay,
Internally, it will create ID, right? See, it is getting the table ID. Okay.
okay,
Table reference ID. How many
okay.
columns we are getting. Okay. It will get that kind of sort of information, sir.
So basically, it's a metadata information it
Yes.
is getting, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So means again, uh, that is how, sir, we need to remember. But we never, even I never go and do all this kind of troubleshoot because our troubleshooting will be something different. But for understanding, it is trying to get how SQL can understand. Our high
Okay,
level language is converting to the low level language where SQL can understand. Got you?
got it. Got it. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So once your query tree is prepared, it will also store in the cache, sir. Okay. Object store PHDR. There is a DMV, sir. Select star from sys dot. This is something high level. Again, I will come back, sir. No worries. Oh, sorry. From from sys dot dm underscore os underscore memory underscore clux. Okay. This is very important. Oh, okay. Go to tools. I don't want parser. Okay. So these many clucks are available, sir. We okay in SQL Server internally. So here Castor object Castor CHCP, yeah, Castor object CP, okay, Castor PHDR. See, whatever you are preparing the query tree, right? Let me zoom the results, sir. Like 250. Hey, come on here. Hey, okay. Now let me zoom it. Come on here. Okay. Now see. Castor PHDR. So whatever the query tree it is preparing, right? That query tree is information is storing in the Castor PHDR cluster. Cluck. Okay. I hope you got my point, everyone. No worries. Uh, no one knows what exactly all this 344 clucks are doing. Okay. We will discuss top 5 to 6 clucks which are more culprit when you are troubleshooting the memory. Okay. Like this, we are having a number of things, sir. When you go for performance tuning, like weights, okay, performance counters, clerks, we are having almost 2000 to 3000 parameters are there. Out of that, we are going to discuss top 50, okay, top 50, which will help us a lot when we are troubleshooting any performance related issues. So this is your um, uh, query tree information, sir. And there will be one more clerk, buffer pull clock. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let me order by. Order by. Okay. Please. No worries. There is a separate session or on memory. Please don't get confused. Uh, we'll discuss all this stuff in the memory troubleshooting. Okay. Yeah. This is the see memory clock SQL buffer pool is nothing but your data cache, sir. Your data cache. So this is the clerk which is most culprit when you are troubleshooting memory. Okay. Now once your command parser will prepare the query tree, okay, it will bind that query tree and it will pass to the optimizer. So it will pass to the optimizer, query optimizer. Query optimizer is a so till now everyone clear, right? No? Yes?
Yeah, Subbu, it's clear.
Yes, yes, it's clear.
Okay. Now, once it prepared the query tree, it will go to the optimizer, sir, because currently there is no plan is available in the plan cache. Okay, now it will go to the query optimizer. Again, query optimizer is preparing the execution plan, sir, our plan execution plan. So it will prepare the execution plan based on the majorly two parameters. One is cost, one is selectivity. Cost in the sense, what is your query, sir? How you design the query, how many join conditions, what are the columns you are retrieving, how complexity of your column, the cost will be vary, sir. Okay, vary. What is that cost? What is that selectivity? We will discuss, sir, in upcoming sessions. Now your optimizer will start preparing the execution plan. Your optimizer will start preparing the execution plan. Once your plan is prepared, that plan will be stored in the plan cache along with, okay, along with, now that plan will go to the executor. The plan will go to the executor. What execute, sir? Again, in entire relational engine, there is no data. It is just processing your query. Please keep it in mind. That is very important. Now your executor will send a request to the storage engine. Will send a request to the storage engine via OLDB access. It will try to authenticate your storage engine via OLDB access, and it will try to go to the access method. See, sir, this is what. When you performs a query, it will go to the command parser, prepare the query tree, algebraics, we will call it as a, and it will process your query, go to the optimizer. Optimizer will prepare the execution plan, go to the query executor. With this plan, it will go to the executor. This, based on this plan, it will go to the memory to get the data. To get the data. So on the storage engine, first it will go to the access method. See, storage engine is responsible for storing and retrieving the data on the storage system, disk, SAN, wherever you are storing your data, sir. So first it will go to the access method. It will go to the access method. Access method contains APIs, or application programming interfaces, where SQL can understand what sort of request the user is requesting. Means, what is your request, sir? SQL need to understand, right? SQL can understand your request because there are a lot of internal programs are available, designed internally by Microsoft in the access method. In build, there are available, sir. You no need to worry. Now, access method can understand, okay, whether you are easily for your understanding, be it segregated into two things, sir. Whether you are performing select statement, whether you are performing non-select statement. Non-select statement in the sense creating, altering, dropping, truncating, inserting, updating, deleting. All this well comes into the non-select statement, sir. So based on what your request is, your access method also doesn't contains any data, is not maintaining any data. So what it will do, your access method will sends request to the buffer manager. Sends request to the buffer manager, sir. Now from here, let's understand. Your access method sends request to the buffer manager. This is your buffer, RAM, sir. RAM. Okay, your buffer manager. In the buffer manager, you are having plan cache, data cache, log cache, log cache. Multiple caches are available. To understand little bit clear, when you go to the bank, sir, everyone will go to the bank to withdraw the amount, right? Okay. Now, when you go to the bank, every bank is having a main locker, and every accountant, so cashier, he will maintain only cashes, right? So once he starts his day, he will go to the main locker, get some amount, place in the cache. Again at the evening, he will collect all the amount from the cache. Again, he will place in the main locker, and he will left for the day. That is what banking people is doing, right? Like same, this is also same, sir. There will be cache. The original data is available in the database, sir. Your data is available in the database, but temporarily you are getting data into the cache. You are getting data into the cache. So access method will send request to the buffer manager. In buffer manager, we are having buffer pools or pools. In the buffer pool, one of the main is data cache. I told you, right? This is very important. Okay. Memory clock SQL buffer pool, and this is data cache. Both are same only. Okay. Now what it will do, whether the pages are available or not. Currently, the pages are not available. What exactly it will do? It will go to the MDF and get the pages. Get the pages. Now it is getting the pages. See? Come on, sorry. Okay. Now it will get the pages. Like this, it is getting the pages from the MDF. Okay. And it will place one copy in the data cache. Same data, it will send to the access method. From the access method, it will go to the executor. Now executor will start executing the data. Now once it start executing, whatever the data you got it right, same data user can see from his system. Clear? Not clear, everyone? What is happening in the backend? So to understand morely, what exactly it is doing, sir? It will get the data from the database, place one copy in the data cache, same data it is sending to the application team. So once tomorrow they are performing same select statement, again it will go to the cache, being the data is already available in the cache, being the data is already available in the cache, no need to go to the database once again, sir. It will get the data from here and it will send to the user unless you not had done any modification. Again, I'm repeating, if you not done any modification, it will get the data from here, sends to the user. If you done any modification, it will get the data from the MDF file, again place in the cache, again it sent to the user. This is what backend algorithms are when you are performing select statement. Questions?
Subbu, I have a confusion regarding the existing plans. If there is existing plan, it will fetch the data from the data cache, right? That is I understood. If there is no
The plan is different, data cache is something different. Both you should not merge. Okay.
okay,
Execution plan is something, data retrieval is something different, right? Both are different, sir. Execution plan is a plan, just plan. For your
okay,
query, it is a plan. Now, what data you are retrieving? What data you are retrieving? So, it will go here, sir. For example, you are having 10 pages. For the table, for that employee table, 10 pages are available, sir. For example, out
okay,
of 10 pages, there are only 5 pages in the buffer. You need 5 more pages, right? It will
correct.
go to the MDF file, get remaining 5 pages, and it will place in the cache. Again, it will send data to the user.
Okay,
So plan is different. Okay, data cache is different. Both are different, sir. Execution plan is how your plan is working. Sometimes due to existing plan, it will work super good. Sometimes due to existing plan, it will work worst. Two cases are there. Means okay, I'm having already plan. Okay, my query will run smoother. It's vice versa, sir. Okay, that's what we are going to discuss in the execution plan level, how to see the plan, how many plans it is creating, which plan is the best, how I can compare that, Subbu. You will get to know, sir, all. Now, as of now, just understand, okay, your optimizer is preparing the plan, placing in the cache, and whenever you are retrieving the data, it is going to the data cache. If it is verify whether the pages are available, it will get the pages from the buffer. If not, get the pages from the disk and place in the buffer and sends to the user. Only understand this one, sir. Don't go deeper.
sure,
Anyhow,
sure.
we are having separate sessions, right? Practical sessions. Now we are just discussing theoretical sessions.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Now, sir, that is what a select statement is, sir. Okay, select statement. And one more thing, sir. See, whenever you open any query window, see, you are getting a number that you should call it as a SPID, sir. Session Process ID. You can call it as a Session Process ID. So if you open a query, you are getting one ID. You are opening a query, you are getting one ID. So where I'm getting all this stuff, Subbu? How I'm getting this session ID? From where I'm getting this session ID? Anyone got this question, sir? on your mind, where this session ID is getting basically. Okay, where you are getting this session ID means basically my mouse is playing with me a lot. Okay, where is, come on here. Okay, sorry, my mouse is not, yeah, see sir. Okay, once your network protocol establish the connection, sir. Once you network protocol establish the connection, when you are performing anything like a select, insert, update, whatever, first it will connect to the network protocol. Bhushan, you asked, right? Whenever you are performing anything, first it will go to the network protocol to make the authentication. See, SQL network interface layer establish the network connectivity through the network protocol. Once it will establish the connectivity, whatever the username, password you provided, right, that it will try to authenticate, sir. If that username is invalid or password invalid, you will get the warning call 18456 error. Commonly, you will get one error call 18456 error. But sometimes your username is correct, Bhushan, password is also correct, but still it can't connect to the SQL server. Okay, so 18456 18456 only, we are having different error messages. So based on what security IDs means, what is severity ID, based on what type of error message you are getting, we need to troubleshoot, sir. Means once it identifies the database engine, whatever the username password, it will try to authenticate. So before it connect, so it need to verify whether username password, right, whatever the username password you passed, now it will try to connect. So when it try to connect, it will go and verify in the master database only, master database. Or sometimes when you enable contained database users from SQL Server 2012, which is enabled. Okay, so if you enable contained database users, then it no need to go to the master database, sir. It will go to the respective database. No, don't think that much technical now. Whenever we are discussing security, we'll come back one by one, sir, slowly. No worries. Now, once your connection is established, once your authentication is done, once you connect to the SQL server, now what happen it will miss once everything is done. Now it will go to the SQL OS. SQL OS will come into the picture. We not yet discuss anything SQL OS operating system, sir. We will discuss at the ending SQL OS operating system. On SQL OS operating system, assigning the server process ID, nothing but SPID. Okay, so you can call it as a server process ID, you can call it as a session process ID. This is the process ID. From where you are getting this process ID means from SQL OS operating system, you are getting this session IDs. When you run sp underscore who2, sir, okay, you will get all the sessions which are running in your currently system. In your system, how many sessions currently are running? So first to 50 are the system process. You can't do anything, sir. You can't do anything. First to 50 are the system process. We can't do anything. Greater than 50 are completely user processor. You can do whatever you want. Means you can kill the process. You can monitor. You can kill the process. What I can do means you can kill the processor and you can just monitor. Okay, first 50 are the system process and remaining greater than 50 are the user process. So this is how you can see what exactly your process is doing, whether it is sleeping, what login, what is the host, whether it is blocking, which database you are trying to access, what command you are performing, what is the CPU utilization, what is the IO utilization, when was your last execution run. You will get some sort of information by running simple sp underscore who2. Or you can also get same information when you open activity monitor. When you open activity monitor also, you can see same sort of information. You can see same sort of information. First 50 are the system process. Now where I am getting that process ID, sir? From the SQL OS operating system. Is it clear, everyone?
Yeah, Subbu, one more question. Like SP2 is showing lots of other details also, right? Like status and all this. So all these details are also we are getting from SQL database or SQL OS itself.
Engine level, sir. Engine level. It's not like a database level. Engine level. What is your query? What is current process of your query, like it is in runnable, running, suspended, okay, sleeping, background. So you will get the from the SQL OS only, sir.
SQL OS only, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are having a like a, thread life cycle. So this, what is a thread? What is the thread life cycle? What is the sleeping, runnable, running, suspended? What you need to take action? Everything we are going to cover, sir. I'm just projecting now because
Yeah. Got that.
you wanted to get okay what sort of information we can see. Now this is not advanced level training, sir. This is core level training. Okay. Now, sir. Up to this clear, sir, everyone? Do you have any questions? If no questions, I can move ahead to discuss something different today. I just wanted to recap what we done yesterday, sir. And someone asked, sir, yesterday. I forgot the name. Sorry. Okay. Come on. Okay, very encrypted. Yeah. So you can find this URL, sir. Okay. This URL will contain. So what are the trace files you ask, right? Someone asked. I forgot the name. Sorry. So we are having each trace file. These are all the trace files which are available in SQL Server. Each trace file having some unique responsibilities, sir. Will I use all these trace file? No, but couple of trace flags are very important, which will help us a lot when you are working on day-to-day uh, business. Okay, so just make this one as a bookmark for your reference. Someone you can take the initiative to share it to your WhatsApp group, and I also make it in available in the uh, um, description links in our video description, recording description. I will place this URL as well. Okay. Now, sir, this is about one layer of architecture, sir. I performed only select statement. Tomorrow, we are going to discuss when you are performing modifications like inserts, update, deletes, how your database engine is performing. That we are going to discuss tomorrow. Before we go into that, what we are learning today means storage, sir. We are going to learn today. The first concept is storage. First concept we are learning is the storage, sir. Storage engine. What do you mean by storage engine? Means basically in SQL Server, you are going to create a database. Once you install the SQL Server, okay, once we install SQL Server, you need to create a databases. You need to create a database. So database will play one of the major roles, a primary role. Once you install SQL Server, you need to create a databases. You need to create databases. So once you create a database, then application team they can start to create the tables, views, stored procedure, functions, triggers, whatever they want. They can start go and create the tables with all the stuff, sir, in real world. So database will play a major role. So where your data is storing in the database only, sir. But before that, what we wanted to learn is what is database. Database is collection of your data which is stored or organized way, sir. In the organized way, your retrieval, if you wanted to retrieve the data, if you wanted to maintain the integrity of the data, if you wanted to protect your data, you can protect easily, sir. If you are going to store your data in the form of databases, you can access easily, you can modify easily, you can protect your data, you can protect integrity. So you can protect your data, sir, if you're going to keep your database. So data into the database. So once you install SQL Server as a DBA, you need to create a database. How to create a database, how to install, next sessions we are discussing, sir. Once you create a database, by default, you will get the two files in SQL Server. By default, you will get the two files in SQL Server. One is MDF, one is LDF. Oh, sorry. One is MDF, one is LDF. So you are getting two files, master data file or primary data file, sir. You can call it as a primary data file or master data file. One more file is log file. Okay, log file. These two files by default you will get when you create any database, sir. If you wanted to create additional data files, sir, you can create .ndf. .ndf. This technically we are calling as a secondary data file. Secondary data file. By default, when you create any database, you will get two files, sir. One is master data file, or you can call it as a primary data file. One more file is a log data file, LDF. LDF. What is it? If you want, you can create data files, sir, multiple data files with the extension called .ndf. Technically, we are calling as a secondary data files. So what do you mean by data file? Means actual data, sir. Whatever you are performing, right? Insert, update, delete, insert, update, delete, whatever you are inserting, right? Actual data will be available in the data file only. Your actual data will be available in the data file. Whatever you are loading into the database, where it is loading means in the data file, sir. In the data file, it is loading. Actual data will be available in the data file. That can be in MDF, that can be NDF. Okay, but by default, you will get the one MDF file, sir. If you want, you can create the NDF files, n number of NDF files. Actually, your data will be stored in the MDF, or it can be stored in the NDF. It can be stored vice versa, sir. Anywhere it can store. Now, what is a log file, sir? What is log file, sir? This will plays a major role. Okay, very important interview question. Very important uh, um, when you are going for troubleshooting also, because at least in a day, you will get 5 to 10 tickets, sir. Log file is getting full, log file is getting full, log file is getting full. So now see how much important it will place. So log file is very important in terms of real world, in terms of theoretical, in terms of practical. Log file will place a major role, sir. What do you mean by log file, Subbu? Means all the change related information means whatever the changes you are going to perform on the database level. So for example, you are inserting the data, you are updating the data, you are deleting the data. For example, sir, whatever the changes you are going to perform, all the changes, first it should log in the LDF file before it go to the MDF file. Please understand only this line, sir. As of now, don't go deeper. Understand only simple lines, sir. Whatever the changes you are going to perform, all the changes need to go to LDF before it go to the MDF. Before it permanently stored in the MDF, all the changes need to register in the log file. That is the algorithm Microsoft design, sir. Means whatever the changes you are performing, all the changes first it will go to the LDF file before it go to the MDF or NDF. Is it clear? So what log file is maintaining, sir? All the change related information. Whatever the changes you are going to perform, right? Those changes related information will be holding by log file. Is holding by log file. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Why it is going to the LDF file? Okay. Why it need to go to the LDF file before go to the MDF file? Tomorrow you will get to know, sir. Tomorrow we are discussing that modification related information, right? That time you will get to know clear picture. As of now, remember, when you create any database, two files will be created by default. One is data file, one is LDF file. Data file contains actual data. Log file contains change related information. Means whatever the changes, whatever the modification you are doing, all the modifications first it will register into the log file, then it will move to the MDF file. Okay, so both are same, sir. Your primary data file and the second data file both are same. Yeah.
So would this transaction log file is same as LDF file, right?
Yeah, transaction. Technically, you can call it as a transaction log file. You
Okay.
can call it as a T log file. You can call it as a log file. Whatever names are.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll call it as a log file. Simple for our understanding purpose.
Sure.
We'll call it as a log file. We'll call it as a data file, or we will call it as a primary data file or secondary data. Data file is a data file, sir. It can be NDF. It can be NDF. It can be MDF. It can be NDF. Data file is a data file where your actual data is storing. Yeah.
You mentioned like primary data file is there, and we can create secondary data file. Can we create one more primary data file, MDF file?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, you can create. Yeah.
And then what is the difference if we can create one more
Yeah,
primary
that's
data
what, sir. Mostly we should not make the extension .mdf file. Good question, actually. Mostly we'll try to prefer NDF file, but some DBAs who are not following best practices, they may create, sir. The major difference you will notice is there will be boot page, sir. Next slides you are getting that point. There will be boot page, a boot page. Okay. That boot page only available in the primary data file, means MDF file. That is not available in the secondary data file, sir. Okay,
Okay.
that is one of the major difference. See, for example, you are having one Excel sheet, sir. Okay, you are having one Excel sheet. In that Excel sheet, you are loading the data. Today you load some data. Tomorrow you load some data. Day after tomorrow you load some data. What will happen? The Excel sheet is keep on growing, 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 growing. It will grow to the massive, right? And whenever you try to open that Excel sheet, it taking lot of time. When you wanted to do some search, it is taking lot of time. When you wanted to modify, it is taking lot of time, right? So that is how, sir, here also SQL Server. If my database is growing, why we need to keep all in one data file, sir? Okay, assume, sir, in real world you will see uh, uh, mm, maximum size that I worked is 32 terabytes of database. One database size is 32 terabytes. Massive, sir. 32 terabytes is not easy. Okay. 1 TB, 2 TB, 3 TB, 4 TB, 5 TB, 6 TB, 10, 12, 15, 13, 20, 30, 30 plus terabyte database size, sir. Now see how much massive data it contains. So whenever your database size is increasing, if you go and keep everything in single file, the performance will impact basically. To avoid that only, we are trying to create the NDF files, means multiple data files. And what we will do, we will keep this file in OneDrive. We will keep this file in OneDrive. We will create one more file. I will keep in OneDrive. I will create one more file and I will keep in another drive, because I am segregating everything, sir, so that at least my performance will improve. That is how, as a DBA, we need to think. Why we are going to create means to improve the performances, sir. To improve the performance, we are. Is there any major difference? Means nothing, sir. Okay, it's nothing. But there is a concept called boot page. There is a concept called boot page where enter your database metadata information is storing on the boot page, sir. On the boot page, that boot page will be available only in the by default primary data file is creating, right? In that data file only it will available, sir. Rest of the files it won't be available. Got it? Rest everything almost similar only, sir.
So, but what is this boot file? What is the significance of
I,
this?
I, I will show you, sir. I will show you.
Okay.
Okay. Very important when we are discussing corruptions. When we are
Okay.
discussing corruptions,
And so
you will.
one more request. Since you have a experience of managing the large scale database like 30 plus terabyte, right? So please share your experience on how you manage upcoming
Yeah,
session, not
Uh,
now.
def- definitely, sir. Definitely. That's what I told you, right? We will discuss a lot. So as of now, what you need to make sure means remember only core level concepts. Or don't overstress your brain lot. Okay,
Sure.
we'll discuss slowly one by one so that you will become little bit confidence. Okay, more
Okay.
confidence, not little bit. Okay.
Just last question. Sorry to bother you. Uh, in the curriculum, is there a concept for partitioning the database?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay. I'm happy to learn about that. Thank you, thank you.
No, no, sir. I can. Let's open the notepad. Okay. Yeah, see, sir. These are the concepts are pending for 40-second batch. So they completed yesterday weight types. We are going to start the update statistics today. So still this TempDB snapshots, always on latency. Replication one session is pending from my side. Sai is going to take 2 sessions. So partitions, column store index, CDC, distributed always and availability group, in-memory OLTP, query store, traditional query store with Azure SQL database, extended events, intelligent query processing. This this are also we are going to discuss, sir. So I hope you also get it right. If I'm discussing
Yes,
on
yes.
40, yeah, we
Uh,
will discuss,
I,
sir. No worries.
yeah. Thanks, Subbu. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I will add you also, sir. Every batch I will add when I'm discussing this informations, because this will go into the separate recordings. Okay, this will go into the separate recordings. So that time I will add you as well when I'm discussing this one. I will call you anytime I told to the previous batch also. If
Okay.
possible, you can also join. Otherwise, anyhow, for your batch also we are going to discuss it. No worries. But if possible, you can also join.
Sure,
Okay?
sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And this will go for pre-recordings. Okay. We will, like L1 DPA, we will pre-recording, sir. SSIS, SSAS, SSRS, Power BI, because the content is massively grown. Okay. It's very difficult to covering all these sessions in span of 3 months, right? So we are going to go for pre-recording as well. Like 30 plus sessions are going for pre-recording. Okay. And 120 sessions, 110,
Sure.
120, 115, you will get the live sessions, sir. Again, how interestingly, sir, again, I told you, right? Again, today also I'm repeating, don't take negative. If you are making so interactive, you will learn a lot of stuff from me, sir. If you're just simply sitting idle, okay, that's the problem will start. Because whatever in my mind, I will teach. Okay. Uh, so stop me, ask me, whatever it may be. Okay. Please, please, sir. Again, that is only one request I'm asking, because you will learn a lot. Now, see, sir, in the MDF file, actually your data is storing. In the log file, your change related information is storing, sir. This is very important. This is very important. Today, we are discussing only 2 to 3 minutes, sir. Okay. We discuss only for 5 minutes. That's it. Okay. But when you go for advanced level, whole one session we are discussing MDF file. 2 days we are going to discuss only log files, sir. Now see how important it is. Log file architecture, log file internals, log file troubleshooting in various scenarios, and I will share you a different materials, sir. You don't need to prepare how you will troubleshoot log file in a hierarchical level way, so that your troubleshooting make very easier. I will tell you everything in a hierarchical way, sir, so that you can understand easily. You can understand easily. Like this is how, sir. Uh, data primary data file is troubleshoot. Log file data file is troubleshoot. So in a hierarchical level, we'll discuss, and I will share this document to you. You don't need to prepare anything. Now, for simple, sir, once you install SQL Server, you need to create a database. Once you create a database, two files will be created. One is a data file, one is a log file. Data file will contain the data, sir, actual data. Log file will contain the change related information. What is the major difference between MDF and NDF super means? So MDF will contain the boot page, sir, which stores all your metadata information, Is it fine, everyone? No? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, to understand easily, sir, this is how your boot page will looks like, sir. Okay. Uh, 2010. Let's go to the database 2010. I will walk through SSMS, sir, once we complete the installation. Now, see, sir, this is about your boot page. Okay. So you will get this all information, sir. When was your last checkpoint trigger? When was your lazy rater? When was your last DBCC good run happen? What is the database mode compatibility? Everything your database internal version. When was you created? DB creation version. You will get everything, sir. Compatibility level. Okay, everything you will get here. This is metadata, sir. You no need to do anything. SQL Server is keep on updating the metadata, right? That this metadata is stored in the boot page, sir. That boot page is available in the MDF file. Is it clear? As of now, just remember this one, sir. I will come back this one in the advanced level. Okay? Yep. No. Yes. Now, sir.
Yes, yes, got it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
got it.
Yeah. And this is very important, sir. Please when you are working with the corruptions, especially when you are working with the corruption, this will plays a major role, sir. This command will plays a major role. How I need to use, when I need to use, everything we are going to discuss it, sir. No worries. Very important, sir. This technique is very important, basically, because you may forget, sir. That's the reason I made advanced performance tuning at the ending last 15 days. Because if I'm telling right away, once it come to the last 3 months, you may forget because there is a Ganesh Chauthi, there is a Dasra, all the stuff. Everyone will forget, sir. At the ending, if I go starting questions, they won't answer. Most of the people. That's the reason we made the performance tuning at the ending, where we are going to cover this kind of stuff only, sir. You can easily remember because last 15 days only, right? 15 to 20 sessions, right? You can remember, sir. Okay?
Subbu,
Yeah.
one very, very basic question. Just wanted to understand. So when we say that we are installing SQL Server,
Yeah. Sorry?
OS, and we are creating a memory which has DB engine and storage engine into it. That's it, right? And once we create database, then only we will get these MDF and LDF files. Is this understanding correct?
Yes, sir. Once you install the SQL Server, you need to create a database, sir, to store your data. Okay, to store your data.
Yeah.
So once you create a database, application team, we will tell that, hey, apps team, we have created the database. Now you can start your work. We don't know, sir. We won't monitor what exactly the data is storing, what they are doing. We never go and see because, sir, here
Correct.
this is only one instance, my laptop, which contains only 5 to 6 databases. Sir, when I worked in my previous organization, okay, a massive organization, we are having almost 5,000 instance, 5,000 servers. Is it easy to go and monitor 5,000 servers daily?
No, very difficult.
5,000, sir, massive, sir. 5,000 means mostly you may get chance to work with 15 servers, 20 servers, 30 servers, 100 servers, 200 servers, 300 servers, 1,000 servers, 1,500 or 2,000 maximum. You will get that much chance, sir. But luckily, I got a chance to work for 5,000 servers. And you won't and when I was starting my journey, I am the server manager for 2,500 servers. I don't know firstly SQL when I started my journey, and I was the server manager. Oh my God, that's the reason I learned a little bit very quickly, sir. Actually, because what do you mean by server manager means, in case any issue with this instance, sir, application team will directly reach out to you. They will directly ping me in the Teams. Hey, Subbu, I'm facing this issue. Can you please go and check my instance? We need to run like anything. Go here, check what. Oh, yeah. So at least 1 year, 1.5 year, you need to work like a psycho, sir. You need to work like a psycho if you want to learn a little bit quickly. That is how you need to get the environment, sir. First,
Yes.
we should little bit lucky sometimes. Okay, not whole life will work like that, sir. But at least 1 or 2 years, you need to get that massive kind of environment so that you can learn, grab everything quickly. Because if number of servers are increasing, number of applications are increasing, definitely the connectivity is increasing. The problems will also increase, right? Yes or no? The problems will also increase, and you can learn little bit quickly. Yeah, that's it, sir, about the database. Once you install SQL Server, you need to create a database. Once you create a database, it will create two files by default. One is a data file, one is a log file. Actual data is stored in the data file, sir. LDF file store only log data files. Can I create multiple log files? Yes, sir. Can I create multiple data files? Yes, sir. You can create both. Okay. It's not like I can't go and create it. I will show you, sir. We not yet discussed. So once we complete the installation, I will show you how to create a database. What are the parameters you need to remember? How you are getting that parameters? From where it is getting that parameters? You will get to know, sir. Practical also. Okay, clear? That's what I told you, right? First 10 days you need to hold, sir.
That's good.
Now, next thing. Now, okay, Subbu, whatever you told, I accepted. Because once I installed the SQL, I created the database, and you are telling my data is storing in the my data is storing in the data files when I wanted to retrieve the data. Okay, so you are getting the data. Okay, I wanted to know this data, how it is storing in data files. Now, okay, you told that your data is storing in data files. Our data, actual data is storing in the data files. In which format it is storing, how it is storing that data in the data file means that is what we want to understand, sir. Okay, your data is storing internally in the form of pages. Pages. Okay, so everyone knows about the MS Office, right? Don't tell I don't know. Okay, everyone knows about MS Office, sir. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, whenever I open MS Office, okay. So when you go here, this is the header, this is the footer, and this is our data. Correct? Like same, your page architecture is also same, sir. Okay. Header, footer, data rows. So internally, your data is storing in the form of pages. So in pages, sir, whatever you are performing, inserts, update, delete, your record, sir, like one, okay, Akshay, 5,000, okay, and mobile number 967626, okay. So this data is storing in the pages, in the pages, in the pages, in the form of pages. So it will load your record into these pages, every record in the pages. Once this page got full, it will create one more page. Once that page got full, it will create one more page. So every time when you are performing inserting the data, it will load your data into the pages. So how you need to understand means, okay, internally my data is storing into the pages. So pages will play a major role, sir, for us. Okay, like how that page looks like means MS Office only, because MS Office is also Microsoft product. SQL is also Microsoft product, right? So Microsoft done same kind of algorithm. Okay, same kind of algorithm. Here it is a header. Here it is a footer. Here it is a data rows. Header, footer, data rows. Okay, data rows. That is how your page will also looks like. So for your just reference. Okay. So in SQL Server, your data is storing in the pages. In SQL Server, your data is storing in the pages. Each page size is 8 kilobytes. 8 KB, sir. One page size is 8 kilobytes. Oh my God, it's very less only, right, Subbu? Yes, sir. Your each database size is 8 kilobytes. 8 kilobytes. Can I increase the page size? No. Can I modify the page size? No. Can I decrease the page size? No. No, sir. It is a inbuilt behavior. It is a inbuilt behavior. You can't do anything. By default, what is the page size, sir? 8 KB. By default, your page size is 8 KB. And what is the page architecture? It contains header, it contains footer, and it contains data rows. So our page internally divided into three categories. One is header session, one is footer session, one is data row session. So what is out of 8 KB, 96 bytes will be header, 2 bytes will be footer, and remaining will be your data rows. Remaining will be your data rows. What is the size of data rows means remaining, sir. 96 bytes will go for header, 2 bytes will go for footer, remaining 1, 0, some, right? That will go for the data rows. Data rows, your data rows, sir. Data row. Someone asked, right, how the data is storing means here, the pages. In the MDF file, there is a database. In that database, your data is residing. Your data is residing. What page header will, what what is page header, Subbu? Means your page header contains the metadata information about that page. About this page, sir, metadata, like which object data you are storing, what your page ID, your page ID, your object ID, how many records are available, what is your next page, what is your previous page, how much free space is available in the in the page, how much space is allocated in the page. All that information will be stored in the page header. Can I see this, Subbu? Yes, sir. We can see the page in the going forward sessions. I will open the page. I will show you how the page header looks like. Is it clear? Page header, what information it will store, sir? Your page ID information, which object ID information, how many number of records. This number of records will be in the form of slots, sir. Slot. How many slots means, for example, slot equal to 2 means 2 records are available in this page. Slot 3 means 3 records are available in this page. How many records are available? That in the page header it will store in the form of slots. Slot. SL what is slot? Okay. Page header contains page ID, object ID, slots, free space, allocated space, okay, consumed space, next page, previous page, and some other metadata information, sir. Clear, everyone? Which stores 96 bytes. Within that 96 bytes, it will fit that information, sir. Page header. And data rows is nothing but your data, sir. Whatever you are reading, right? So whatever you are reading, right? This data is fitting in this pages only, sir. This data is fitting in this page, in the data rows, in this order, data rows. Data rows. Now, footer. Footer is nothing but technically you should call it as a row offset, sir. Row offset. Every record, whatever you are inserting or modifying or deleting, that will go from the footer. That will go from the footer. So, every record ID will be stored in the row offset, which contains 2 bytes. Whatever you are inserting, updating, deleting in this page, right? That data will go from the footer and it will start modifying your data into the slots. These are the slots technically we are calling, right? So that will insert or that will update or that will delete. From how it is deleting, sir? From the footer. Every record will go from the footer and try to modify the data within that page. This is what page architecture, sir. So footer, don't call it as a footer. You can technically call it as a row offset. Every record ID will be stored in the row offset and every record will try to enter from the footer to start modifying within that page. Header will contain page ID, object ID, number of slots, next page, previous page, free space, allocate, how much page size. You will get that information in the page header.
Subbu, in the row offset, do we have only row IDs?
Yes.
Okay. Is it having any restrictions? Like, let's say in the data.
You can't see, sir. You can't see as well. You can see the page header, you can see the slots, you can't see the footer. It's a background process. Just for our
Okay.
understanding, the data is loading from the footer. Just for our understanding, sir.
No, my question is that the number of rows, is it confined to one particular range or it can vary?
It can
Let's say.
vary, sir, based on your size. Based on this
Okay.
size, it will vary.
Okay.
That's what, sir. We'll see. When you see
Got
the
it.
practical, you can understand easily.
Okay. I was under the assumption that there was a range for row offset. So
No, sir. It depends. Sometimes only one record will fit in one page. So
okay.
one page, one record. Because what is this record size? What is this record size? So it will calculate how many. It is not calculating how many columns are there, what data you are inserting. Okay, it is calculating what are the data types you selected, what is the size of the data type. Okay, size of
Okay.
the data type. So for integer, default is 4 bytes. For date, default is 4 bytes. Okay, for varchar, for char, whatever the size you are getting, right? That size it will calculate internally. And so, for example, this record size is like almost nearby 8 KB, almost nearby 8 KB. Then it will fit only one record in one page.
Okay.
So also, sir, we need to concentrate on this also when not you, sir, developers,
Okay.
because the record need to fit in the page, right?
Right.
So try mostly they will avoid to create the data type called LOBs, large object binaries, max. Max is so sensitive data types, sir. These are because it may consume lot of space. Unless we really need, we'll go for max, we'll go for LOBs, all the stuff. Otherwise, we'll go for traditional only, sir, like char, varchar, float, double, int, tiny, all the data types.
Understood. Yeah.
In the development, I will discuss couple of things, sir, that will help you a lot. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
So anyhow, we have a practical session when we are going to discuss indexes. I will show you. I will create a table. I will insert the data. I will open the page. How do you read the page? We'll see all the stuff, sir. Then you can understand clearly. Okay, this is the first thing I wanted to tell. So internally, your data is storing in the pages. Each page size is 8 KB. Can Can I increase the page? No. Can I decrease the page? No. Can I modify the page size? No. How the page architecture is: your page contains page header, page footer, nothing but row offset and data rows. 96 bytes will be page header, which contains the page ID, object ID, next page, previous page, number of slots, allocated space, free, all that information will be available. Some other metadata is also available. And data rows will contain the actual data, and footer will contain the record ID, which object is contained in this page. That object ID record information will be stored in the row offset, which contains 2 bytes. So don't confuse, not 2 kilobytes, 2 bytes. It's a bytes. This is kilobytes. Overall page size is KB. Okay, this is the basic units or basic funda where your data is storing. Now only the confusion starts, everyone. Okay, what Microsoft is doing means, okay, Microsoft came up with one more concept. Sir, everyone clear about the page, right? No? Yes?
Yes, so far clear.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, sir, there is a concept called extent. There is a concept called extent. Okay. What Microsoft done means, Microsoft came up with the concept called extent. On top of the page, there is one layer called extent. On top of the page, sir, your data is storing in the pages. Don't get confused. Again, sir, don't get confused. A lot of people are getting confused here only. Your data is storing in the pages only. On top of the pages, what Microsoft done, there is a concept called extent. There is a concept called extents. So we are having two types of extents. One is uniform extent, one is mixed extents. One is uniform extent, one is mixed extents. We are having two type of extents. One is uniform, one is mixed. So what is extent, Subbu, firstly? So 8 consecutive continued data pages. Again, sir, 8 consecutive continued data pages. 8 pages, we'll call it as a extent. We are treating as a extent internally. Internally, what Microsoft is doing, 8 data pages, Microsoft is treating as a one extent. One extent. The size of the extent is 64 kilobytes. So please see, if one page is 8 KB, 8 into 8 is nothing but 64, sir. 8 pages we are calling as a one extent, right? So these are all the 8, right? 8 into 8, 64 kilobytes. So one extent size is 64 kilobytes. What is the extent means? 8 consecutive continued data pages. We'll call it as a extent. Okay, extent. And we are having two types of extents. One is mixed extents. One is uniform extent. What do you mean by uniform extent means? If 8 pages contain single object data, if 8 pages contain single object data, then you will call it as a uniform extent. If 8 pages contains multi-object data, like one page is containing one table, one page is containing index information, one page is containing another table information, then this extent we are calling as a mixed extent. This extent is calling as a mixed extent, sir. So firstly, on top of the page, okay, sir, what is the hierarchy I can give, sir? Will be application. For example, your application is like RBA Bank, sir. RBA Bank is the application. Every application will map to the operating system. On that operating system, you will install the SQL. Okay. Once you install the SQL, you will create the databases. Once you create the database, you will get the files. One is MDF file, one is LDF file. In that MDF file, you will have the extents. In that extents only, the pages are available. How the allocations are means, so in the files, there is a MDF file or NDF files, or don't get confused, only MDF file is saying Subbu. No, MDF or NDF file, MDF or NDF file, it contains the extents. Within that extents only the pages are allocating, sir. Via extents, the pages are allocating internally. Via extents, the pages are allocating. On top of the page, there is one layer called extent. How the allocation is happening backend means via extents. How that extents are getting Subbu. Next slides I am explaining, sir. I hope you understand theoretical part of extent. What is extent, sir? 8 continuous pages, will call it as extent. Each extent size is equal to 64 kilobytes. We are having two types of extents. One is uniform extent, one is mixed extent. If 8 pages contains single object data, that we'll call it as uniform extent. If 8 pages contains different object data, we'll call it as a mixed extent. Is it clear, everyone?
Sir, can you go to that
Yes.
page architecture slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, 1 second, sir. Let me. Yes. Who is asking? Yeah, this is the
Yeah,
page
yeah.
architecture.
Sir, one page size is 8 KB, but
Yeah.
here the data row and the header size is more than 8 KB.
Sorry.
The data row and the header size is 96 bytes. It is 8192. So combine both the size, it is more than 8 KB.
Your voice is breaking, sir. Very low, not breaking, sorry.
Hello. Yes, sir. The page
Yeah.
size is 8 KB.
Yeah.
But here the page header size is 96 bytes and data row 8192. So it is basically more than 8 KB.
Okay, come on. Forget about numerics, okay? Whatever I got the screenshot, forget about. Your page size is 8 KB, sir. Out of that, 96 bytes are header, 2 bytes are footer. Remaining 8092 or something will be the data rows. I hope you got my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, sir. No worries about the size. We won't. That is not accurate, sir. If you go on Google, search it, you'll get it. Okay, I will update the PPT. Okay, accurate size. I hope you got it, sir. Don't get confused. How your pages are getting means via extents only. How you are getting pages means via extents. Page is the lowest level. In the page only, sir, your records are available. In the pages, the rows are available. Okay, rows are available. This is the hierarchy, sir. If you understand this hierarchy, we are almost good. Every application will map to the operating system. In the operating system, you are having SQL Server. In the SQL Server, you are having database. In the database, you are having files. In that files, you are having MDF, LDF. In that files, there is extents. In the extents, there are pages. In the pages, your data is storing. Each extent is size is 64 kilobytes. You are having two type of extents, uniform extents and mixed extents. If 8 pages contains single object data, we are calling it a uniform extent. If 8 pages contains different object, you will call it as a mixed extent. You are calling it as a mixed extent. Is it clear, everyone? No questions.
So extend is just logical grouping of these
8
pages,
pages, sir.
as
Allocation,
right?
sir. You are getting pages from the extents, basically.
Okay. Pages
So
from
the
the
allocation, allocation is happening via extents.
extents.
But your data is storing in the pages only, sir. That's it.
Pages. Yeah.
Yeah, page only. Data page. Data page.
Subbu, can we specify like we need a mixed extent or uniform extent while creating database or a table?
Yes, sir. In the especially by default, it will allocate the mixed extents. Later on, it will go for uniform extent. To improve the performance of TempDB, we can specify the parameter before SQL Server 2016. From SQL Server 2016, no need, sir.
Okay. So it is
No need.
automatically allocating, huh?
Automatically allocate uniform extent.
Okay. Yeah.
Subbu, correct me if I'm wrong. Pages are physical entity and extents are logical entity. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Because while it is copying to the buffer, it is going only pages, sir, not extents. Extend
Okay.
concept is available only at the database level. There is no concept at the buffer level, so memory level. Memory level only pages.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
That allocating uniform pages in one extent, it is for 10 dB, in after 2016.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes.
But for other thing, it will be as usual, correct?
As usual, correct. How that allocation, sir, we'll get to know next slide. Okay. You understand what is extent, sir, first. What is mixed extent? What is uniform extent? You understand how that allocation we not yet discussed. Next slide I am discussing. How that allocation is happening. How that allocation is happening. Next slide I will discuss, sir. Is it clear first? No? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
And hierarchies, this is very important, sir. The first time you are listening to people, every application is mapped to operating system. In that operating system, we are having instance. In that instance, we are having database. Files are there. In that files, there is a concept called extent. On that extent, it's a concept called page. In that page is only our data is residing. Okay, is it fine, Subbu? Now, this, sir, this page is the game changer. So in SQL Server, we are having different types of pages. In SQL Server, we are having different types of pages. Like almost 10 pages are available. Like data page, PFS page, GAM page, SGAM, DCM, PCM, IAM, boot page, text and image page. Text and image page. Almost there are 9 to 10 pages are available in SQL Server. Okay, 9 to 10 pages are available in SQL Server. As part of today's session, we are going to discuss, we are not discussing DCM, we are not discussing BCM, we are not discussing IAM page, sir. These 3 pages I'm skipping today. This page I will discuss in backups. This page I will discuss in, this page I will discuss in recovery model. This page I will discuss in backup. This page I will discuss in the index concept. So these pages are very important for our understanding. That's the reason. Except these 3 pages, we will discuss the rest of all the pages today. These 3 pages I will discuss on the respective concept. When we are discussing backup, when we are discussing recovery model, when we are discussing indexes, I will come back about this page to see what is this page, what exactly backend it is doing, how we need to understand all this stuff we are going to discuss when we are discussing on that day, sir. Okay, rest of the pages are the traditional pages we can discuss right away. Is it fine, right, everyone? So we are having different types of pages. Out of all, you need to remember data page, sir, where your data is storing in the data pages only. Please keep it in mind. This is very simple answer. Okay, this is very simple. Where your data is storing, sir, in the data pages. Where your data is storing in the data pages. Please keep it in mind. This is the blind shot. This is the blind shot. Your data is storing in the data pages. Okay, is it fine, Subbu? Now, let's discuss about these two, sir. Very confused concept. Okay, very important in interviews also. Interview will ask you this question: what is GAM? What is SGAM? What is the difference between GAM and SGAM? Okay, most of the people will confuse here. Let's discuss first these 2 pages. What is GAM? What is SGAM? Sir, okay, so whenever you are performing anything, sir, means whenever you are creating a table. So when you are creating a table, create table employee. Okay, for example, you are creating a table. For every creation, SQL Server will allocate certain extents. SQL Server will allocate certain extents to the table, sir, to the table. How you are getting that extents? How you are getting that extent means via GAM page. So whenever you are doing anything, so when you are inserting, updating, deleting, not updating, deleting, sir, sorry, taking back, when you are creating, when you are inserting, when you are creating, when you are inserting, you need pages. You need pages because inserting means you are loading the data. Updating means already data is there, you are updating the data, sir. Delete means already data is there, you are deleting. So forget about these 2. Our concept should be creating and inserting. When you are inserting, when you are creating, you need the pages. You need the pages, sir. From Where you are getting the pages means GAM page. GAM page. Whenever you are creating, whenever you are inserting, whenever you are creating, whenever you are inserting, you will get the pages via GAM page in the form of extents. In the form of extents, you are getting, sir. Internally, it will go to the GAM page and get the extents. Within that extents only the pages are available, right? And that extents only the pages are available. So whenever you are creating, inserting, it will go to the GAM page, get the extents. So by default, okay, see, GAM page records what extents has been allocated. So allocation is happening via GAM page. Allocation, sir. Allocation is happening via GAM page. The pages, the extents, allocation is happening via GAM page. One GAM page size is 4 GB. One GAM page size is 4 GB. One page size is 4 GB. One GAM size is 4 GB, which contains 64,000 extents information. 64,000 extents information. 64,000 extents information will be available in the GAM page. So, for example, I am creating a table. For this creation, assume it is allocating 10 extents. Assume, sir, it is allocating 10 extents. Out of 64,000, 10 has been consumed by this employee table. Now you are having 63,990 extents are free. Extents are free. Until 64,000 extents consumed, this GAM page will be allocating, sir. Once this 64,000 will become zero, again it will create one more GAM page. And that GAM page will also contains 4 GB of space and it contains 64,000 allocation information. So every time, once your GAM page is getting full, it will allocate one more GAM page. Once until how much, Subbu, means until your disk get full, sir. Until your disk get full, your allocation is happening. Until your disk get full, it is allocating, sir. I hope you are getting my point. Yes or no? When you are going to create, when you are going to insert, where you are getting the pages means via GAM page, you are getting the pages. Via GAM page, you are getting the pages. What is the GAM page size? 4 GB. How many extents it contains? 64,000 extents information it will contain. And how it will make a note internally means it will make in the form of bit algorithm. If the bit is 1, the extent is free. If the bit is 0, extent is allocated. That is how it will make, sir. 63,990, the allocation bit will be 1 and this 10 extents allocation unit will be 0. Sorry, yeah, 0, 0. 0 means allocated, sir. But these extents are allocated to this employee table. Currently, 63,990 extents are free. Okay, Subbu, whatever you are telling, I'm accepting. My database size itself is not in 4 GB, right? How you are telling? Okay, my database size is almost only 2 GB here. And you are selling that my GAM page size is 4 GB. It contains 64,000 extents information. And my database size itself is smaller than 4 GB. How I can trust you? You will get confused, sir, whenever you see the database size. Sir, it is not a static allocation. It is a dynamic allocation. Your database is a dynamic allocation. Means when you are loading the data, your GAM is increasing. It will increase to 4 GB. Means your extents are allocating, right? That is how it's a dynamic allocation. It is a not static allocation. That's the reason your database is smaller. That's the reason your database is smaller, sir. Because it is not a static allocation. Means once you create a database, immediately your GAM page size will be 4 GB. No, sir. No, it is a dynamic. Means keep on allocating until 64,000 extents allocated. One GAM page will be stay back, sir. After 64,000, it will create one more GAM page and it will try to allocate again 64,000 extents. Got it? No?
Subbu, two questions here.
Yeah.
Regarding the global allocation map, you have told it covers 64,000 extents, right? Does it have any dependency on the type of extent, like mixed extent or the other kind of extent?
Sorry. It will create the mixed extent, sir.
Okay.
Later on, it will convert into uniform extents.
Okay. Levels.
That you will get
Please.
now, sir. That you will get here. Okay. SCAM. So what is
And one more question. Sorry to interrupt. Let's say we are creating a test database and we are allocating around 2 GB, and we are multiple times we are creating multiple databases. So what will be the functioning of this global allocation map? So does it parallelly provide the extents, or does it have any dependency?
every database is independent, sir.
Okay.
It's not a dependent. Every database is independent.
Okay.
Okay, it's not any dependency between database to database. No, every database is independent. Every database will work uniquely. That's it.
Okay.
Every database is independent, sir. It's not any dependency. There is no dependency on database to database.
So by default, Subbu, how many GAM pages a database is created with? Like one GAM page?
Only one
By
GAM page, sir.
one GAM.
After
And
that GAM page fill, again it will create one more GAM page.
we don't have to do anything. It will automatically create.
We never go and look it also, sir. Basically, but again, being we are a database administrator, right? We must and should know algorithms.
Yeah.
Because that will help us a lot when we are troubleshooting little bit deeper, sir.
Yes.
Sir, high level, if you are going for okay troubleshooting, okay, I can accept. But if you go for deeper, that time all this will come into the picture while helping.
Correct. You will relate few things actually. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Vijay, you are having question? Okay, no.
So for GAM, is it I mean SQL Server controls this, or we can have allocate a GAM?
No, you don't have any controls or anything. Okay.
Okay.
All the pages you don't have any control. Everything handled by the SQL only. It's an internal process. Everything internal process. Because we wanted to know not only architecture, sir, we want to know how the allocation pages are allocating in the form of extents. Okay. From where you are getting that extents. Okay. That is what we wanted to understand, sir.
Okay.
Each page
Okay.
is having some unique responsibilities, sir. Each page here. That's what I
Yeah.
told you, right? When
Yeah.
you see, you are just creating a table. When you see, you are just performing a select statement. But internally, these many background processes are running, correct?
Yep.
This is what, sir, we wanted to understand. Internally, Microsoft doing n number of things in the back end.
Yeah. Because I think this GAM is an boundary for extent, right?
Yes,
I mean, and extent is boundary for the pages, right?
yes.
That is okay. But there is no control as such, like
No, we
we
don't
can
have, sir. No. We don't have any control, and we never go into also, sir, because
okay.
we are not loading the data, right? Application team will start loading the data like massive data sometimes. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
whenever we see that terabytes of databases, massive. One table size will also like when I verified, one table size is almost 1.5 terabyte. One table size.
Yeah.
That kind of massive also. If you go and check all this, we won't do all that stuff, sir. But understanding level is very important. Okay, because if you're concentrated on the core concept, okay, what is the pace, what is extents, where you are getting that extents, within that extents, how it is allocating, from where that extents are allocating. Okay, now allocation is happening. See, sir. Now from this point of view, okay, Subbu, okay, I'm agree. You are getting allocation is happening via GAM page. Okay, GAM page whenever I'm creating, whenever I'm inserting. When you are creating, when you are inserting, your allocation is happening via GAM page. Now, how I can guarantee that whatever, for example, 10 extents has been allocated to this EMP table, to this employee table, 10 extents has been allocated. How you can guarantee that these 10 extents are mixed extents or uniform extents, whether any pages are available, free pages are available within that extents, from where you will get that information? Simply, Microsoft is not allocating, sir. Microsoft used to track also, right? Now 10 extents has been allocated to the employee table. Now whatever the extents Microsoft allocated for this employee table, what about that extents? Whether it is completely filled with the data, whether it is completely free, or whether it is partially free, you need to track, right? Sir,
Yeah, right.
otherwise you are wasting the storage, right? If you're not tracking that one, you are wasting the storage. Unnecessarily you are wasting the storage, right? Storage is also very important, sir. We are paying some amount to the storage team. To we are purchasing a massive sandbox, NAS storage, or when you go to the cloud, we are purchasing, right? You are paying lot of amount to the storage also. If you're not tracking whatever the pages, whatever the extents allocated, how you can get that information, sir? So Microsoft is tracking whatever the allocation you already allocated. Now Microsoft is tracking in the form of GAM page. In the GAM page, Microsoft is tracking. Microsoft is tracking the information in the GAM page. Sorry, in the SGAM. Allocation is happening via GAM page. Tracking is happening via SGAM page. If you understand these two, we are good, sir. Allocation is happening GAM page. Tracking is happening SGAM page. I hope you got my point. No? Yes?
Yeah.
Sir, you allocated 10 extents to the employee table via GAM page. When you were creating SQL Server, allocated 10 extents to the EMP table. Now, how you can guarantee that whether the 10 extents contains the data fully consumed, partially consumed, some pages are free, some extents are free? How you will get that information, sir? I hope you got my point, everyone. No? Yes? Come on,
Yes, sir.
come on. Sir, question, understand the question, forget about answer. Understand the question. What is my question is, you are creating a table. For this table, 10 extents has been allocated. 10 extents has been allocated. For this, out of this 10 extents, allocated 10 extents, right? How you can guarantee that this 10 extents contains complete data, partially data, like some pages are free in that extents? How you will get that information, sir? Somewhere Microsoft need to track, right? Where that Microsoft is tracking means SGAM. SGAM. Okay. From SGAM, Microsoft is tracking the allocation on the page, allocation on the extents, allocation on the pages. Microsoft is
No.
tracking, sir, in the backend. Sorry, you were asking? Okay, Microsoft is tracking in the form of SGAM. So SGAM page records which extents currently being used in the mixed extents and also have at least one unused pages. Means Microsoft is tracking whether the extent has been allocated with the data, whether the extent is having some free space. Microsoft is tracking in the form of SGAM page. And SGAM is also contains 64,000 information. Because here, sir, information, don't think that data. Data is storing in the data pages only. Please, sir, don't get confused. This information, what information, sir? 64,000 extents information. 64,000 extents information is storing. Your data is storing in the data pages only. Don't get confused. Don't get confused, sir. Your information, your GAM page is GAM page storing 64,000 extents information, whether the extent is allocated or not. If the extent is allocated, if that extent is free or not, that information these are tracking. And allocation is happening via GAM page, tracking is happening via SGAM page. If the SGAM has having one bit for each extent is an internal cover, if it is a one bit, the extent being used as a mixed extent and having a free space. See, sir, if SGAM contains, for example, this is the extent. Assume this. Hey, come on here. This is the extent is allocated. Okay, this extent SGAM is mentioning is a one, means okay, this extent is a mixed extent. Okay, mixed extent having free space. Means whenever you are inserting the data, now first it will go to the SGAM. Whenever you are inserting the data, first it will go to the SGAM to identify whatever the extents are mapped to this object, whether any extents having some free space. Let's allocate the data into that free space. If there is no free space, whatever the extents allocated to this employee table, go to the GAM, get the extents. Internally, it is going to the SGAM to verify any free pages are available, free extents are available. Let's start load the data. Let's start load the data. If no pages, nothing is there, then it will go to the GAM page, get the extents for that specific object. Yes? No?
In the shared, even in the GAM page also we have a bit, right, for showing its
Allocation, sir. This allocation. It is just allocation, whether that extent is allocated or not. Here, whether that extent is consumed with the data or not. Sir, you allocated one extent. How you can guarantee that that extent is consumed with the data? I hope you got
No.
my point.
Okay, it mean I mean to say, like, if there is a database, it should have a GAM as well as SGAM.
All the
Once it
pages are there, sir. All the pages are there in every database.
Mhm.
Every database, all 10 pages will be there.
Okay.
Now I allocated the extent. See, you purchase one product, sir. Whether you are using or not using, how you will get to know? If you go and verify only, right? If you
Yeah.
go and verify only, you get to know whether you are using, whether you are not using. How you are getting that information? SGAM.
Mhm.
I wanted to get GAM. Allocation is happening via GAM. Whatever the allocation, whether that is using or not using, you are getting from SGAM.
Okay.
That allocation of uniform and mixed extents are happening through GAM only, correct?
Yes, sir. GAM is allocation. Don't forget
Yeah,
about mixed or uniform, sir. Let's
yeah.
understand the concept. Your allocation is happening on the GAM. Whatever allocation is happened, now you want to verify whether that is consumed with or not. How you will get, sir? Via SGAM. Via SGAM.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Not.
Yeah, one question, Shubhu, related to
Yeah.
this. So, for example, first, let's say the query will, or the, it will go to SCAM to identify whether we have any free pages to
Yes.
insert the data,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
If it is not finding enough space, like it needs more pages to insert, right? And it needs a newer extent, so it will go to GAM pages to get a new allocation of the extents,
Yes.
right? And
Yes, sir.
then,
It will
then
start load the data. It will
and
start
later
load
will
the
load the
data.
data.
Once it start load the data, SGAM is also
SGAM
tracking
will
that
come into
information,
picture. Yeah,
whether the extent is a free, any
free
page
or
is
not.
free.
Understood.
Sir,
Yeah.
data is also important. Processing is also very important. Everything is
Yes.
important, sir, internally.
Correct. And
Yeah, but one thing that shared global map don't have information about the uniform extent, correct? So it is storing only
No.
mixed
No, sir. No, sir. No. Wait, sir. See, once if the page is 1, it is like a mixed extent as a free space. If it is a bit 0, the extent is not used as a mixed extent, or it may be mixed extents and all the pages has been used. If it is not a mixed extent, that is a uniform extent only, right, sir?
Okay, yeah.
Sir, again, it's go too much internal. If I go, it doesn't. It confuses lots, sir. Basically, a very simple understanding. That's what I wanted to convey every batch. Only this is the two. That's the reason I am not discussing this one next 3-1 today, sir, because these are something very important, very interesting. Uh, this is the little bit confusing concept. I don't want to include here. So very simple, sir. Straightforward. I'm saying GAM is allocating, SGAM is tracking. So if you understand these two keywords, you are happy to explain to the interviewer, sir. You are happy to.
Okay, that's
SGAM is tracking, GAM is allocation.
Subur, the reason why we are getting so many questions is because we are correlating our understanding to the real world situation. So that's why we are
Yes,
getting
sir.
so many.
It's not new for me. Okay, every batch I will spend a lot of time here because that's the reason I wanted to bring all this one, sir. You wanted to understand. I'm not saying that if you're not understanding, it doesn't make sense any much. It doesn't make any sense, sir, if I'm simply saying something. Okay, that's the reason. Try to understand. GAM. I will show you practically, sir. Once we complete the installation, I will show you how GAM page looks like, how SGAM page looks like. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I will show you, sir. First, understand theoretical part. Once we complete the installation, I will show you one by one. Okay?
No, the sessions what we are going through, it's very interactive and very interesting. So that's what I meant.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. That's what my major intention, sir. You need to make interactive. That's it.
Sure.
Grab means grab the knowledge from me, sir. That's it. If I don't know, I will tell directly. I don't know. Let's go and check. I will come back tomorrow. Okay?
Sure. Thank you.
Now, sir. Again, there is one more interesting page Microsoft came up. That is PFS page. Page free space. Page free space. PFS. Okay. What, sir? Every database having some free space, sir. Knowingly, unknowingly, there will be from some free space will be there. Okay. Every database is tracking its own space information. That's what I told you, right? Page header will contain the page information, page free space information. Okay, page header will contains all that information. What is the next page, previous page, how much is allocated, how much is free space, how much is allocated space, how much free space. You will can track everything in the page header. So every database is tracking page free space information. Along with that, what Microsoft is doing, Microsoft is going to create one more. There is one more page in internally, that is the PFS page. Actually, this is our first page in the sequence order, sir. See, you are having this many pages, right, Subbu? You are having this many pages. Is there any sequence order? Is there? Yes. In the sequence order, the first page is PFS page only. The first page is the PFS page. So whenever you are performing anything, it will go to the PFS page to verify any any free spaces available in that page, and it will go to the GAM page to verify that page is mapped to which extent, that page is which is mapped to which extent. So internally it is doing lot much of processor. Something we don't know actually. Something we know. Something we don't know, something we know. Understand two things. Something we haven't heard what Microsoft is doing internally. Nowhere Microsoft mentioned in the blogs also. Somewhere. So, like that, sir, you need to understand. So whenever you are performing anything, first it is going to the PFS page because that is the first page in the sequence order. PFS page is the first page. PFS page is the first page, and GAM page is the next sir. Sorry, SGAM and GAM page is the next allocations. So PFS page is the first page when you see the sequence order. When you see the sequence order, I don't want to make confused lot, sir. Try to understand. Microsoft is also tracking not only extents Microsoft is tracking in the form of SGAM. Microsoft is also tracking every page free space information. Microsoft is also tracking every database free space information. Where it is tracking? In the PFS space. In the PFS space, Microsoft is tracking. See, PFS page records all the allocation status of each page, whether an individual page has been allocated and the amount of free space on each page. Who is going to track? Your PFS page is tracking. Your PFS page is tracking every database allocated free space information. So Microsoft don't want to leave the free space. Microsoft wants to load the data into that free space. So Microsoft is tracking in the form of extents. Microsoft is tracking in the form of pages. I don't want miss any page to make some free space, sir. Let's load the data because for storage also you are paying lot of amount. For storage also you are paying lot of amount, sir. If simply Microsoft is taking every time new page and loading some data, having some free space, does it make any sense? No, right? Price is a amount is amount, sir. So what Microsoft is doing, Microsoft as much as is trying to get where the free space is. If the free space, go and load the data. If no free space, go to the GAM page, get the extents. If free space is available, load the data. If no phase, get the allocation from the GAM page. So every PFS page is tracking all the database information related to that object, that object, that object related to that object, sir. So how it is tracking means in the form of percentage. It is tracking in the form of like 1 to 50% is full, 51 to 80% is full, 81 to 95% is full, 96 to 100% is full. In the form of percentages, the PFS page is tracking. In the form of bit value, the GAM page is tracking. In the form of bit value, SGAM is tracking. SGAM and GAM is tracking in the form of bit value. PFS page is tracking in the form of percentages. So when you are loading the data, Microsoft is rendering many things in the backend, doing lot many things. So Microsoft won't leave any empty pages. Let's load the data first in the empty pages. Later on, if your data is not fitting, let's get the pages from the GAM page. Got it? No? Yes?
Yes, got it.
So, sir, we also write, sir, when you are purchasing the storages, if you have some space, hey, keep copy some movies, keep some copy the music. So we are also doing same thing, right? You are wasting your storage, sir. Either you purchase a laptop, you in the laptop you purchase the internal hard disk, external hard disk, pen drives. You will copy as much as, right? Like same Microsoft is also need to load the data as much as, sir. Why you need to unnecessarily keep the space in the pages? You are wasting some space, right? That, sir, when you think about single page, it's very teeny space only, sir. When you take, so for example, my in for my employee table, it contains almost 1 billion pages are there. 1 billion pages are there because my data is massive. For 1 billion pages, each page it's having 2 kilobytes of free space. Now calculate how much the size for 1 billion pages, sir. Calculate how much free space is there. Can you waste that much amount, sir? No, right? That is not a best practice. That is how Microsoft is doing in the backend for us. You no need to do all this stuff, sir. Microsoft doing lot many things in the backend to load the data into the free pages. Clear? Not clear.
Yeah.
Sir, DC, yeah, yes.
Yeah, a little bit. I think. Yeah, I think maybe I'm mixing the Oracle with this little bit. Maybe because of that, there's a confusion.
I'm not sure whether is there any concept called page in Oracle, sir? I don't know really.
Extend, yeah, there is an extend map allocation. Okay, in the Oracle also.
In Oracle, I
Okay.
think we don't have a pages concept. It directly
Yeah,
manages the data.
yeah.
Data
If
block
there is a
header
block,
only.
there is
Yeah,
a
data
block.
block
There is
header
no
only.
page.
Yeah.
Here we got a concept called page, sir. That is how I told you, right? When you open what document, you will be page header, page footer, data rows, right? That is a
Yeah.
concept. So what Microsoft doing means, see, simply Microsoft is not allocating and loading the data. Today he loaded some data. After next week you load some data, right? So you can't constantly load the data, right? Maybe today you load some data, day after tomorrow you load some data, again 1 week you load some data, right? When you are loading the data, first he is going to identify what are the extents, what are the pages are allocated to that object, whether that extent, that page is having some free space. First try to load the data into that. Later on, if not, get the extents from the GAM page which contains the pages. That is a simple, sir.
Yeah. First, it will check in the free space in the
Yes.
page. That is PFS, right? If
PFS
it's
page.
not get any pages information, that it will go for the GAM,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
SGAM first maybe, because it will check for the
No,
next.
if pages are not available directly, it will go for SGAM only, right? Why it will go for a GAM, right? Why it will go for SGAM, sir? Currently, nothing
Okay,
is there.
okay.
Yeah, I have one doubt, Subbu. So
Yes.
it will first the free space, right, in the page, then only it will go for GAM, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, it will first collect the GAM and leave this page there, like,
Yes.
and fill that new GAM.
Yes.
Okay.
Why this much confusion means there is no perfect article where it is representing everything flow by flow, flow by flow. That's the problem, sir. Basically, I'm not sure about Oracle how they maintain the document, but for
Yeah, I think
Microsoft, we are little
still
bit lagging
extend
on the.
its
Yeah.
still extend it similar, like the pages in the Oracle, it's an I mean block. Okay,
Okay.
then the next logical unit is extend, and then
Okay.
is segment. You can call it as a table as a segment, index even.
Okay.
The any okay, that is the segment, and they bound with the logical boundary of table space. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
and that MDF file is data file for Oracle.
Yeah.
The structure is almost same. The thing is like the thing handling of, because these are also logical structure. You can't see. Okay, you can see the detail from the dictionary. Okay, even for GAM also maybe SQL Server has their own dictionary to check the detail about the GAM, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and even for SGAM, even for your, so
Yeah.
this also tracked by Oracle in the dictionary for logical structures.
We can also track, sir, by enabling the trace files, all that stuff. We can track that information. I will show
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
sir,
this is
how
yeah,
to
yeah.
track. Yeah.
Sir, when we create one table, it will first check in PFS or GAM.
Sir, when you are creating a table, nothing, sir, because that is you are getting right. So it will directly go to the GAM page to get the exchange, right? When you are inserting, it may go, sir. When you are creating, that is a base concept, right? Create is a base. Later on, you will insert, update, delete, all that stuff, right?
If when we insert, it will check in PFS first.
Yes. Yes, sir. But only
Sir,
my intention.
one
Yeah.
page is belongs to one table or multiple tables?
Sorry.
One page is belongs to one particular table or multiple tables?
Oh, one page will be one table only, sir. It should not be multiple tables. No. But extents can be contains multiple object information. But one page will belong to only one table. Finally, you need to remember only one point, sir. Please, very important interview question. Difference between GAM and SGAM. GAM is allocation, SGAM is tracking. If you remember these 2 points, you are good, sir. Okay? Basically, this is a very critical question, important technical question they may ask you in the interview. And a confusion question. DCM page we are not discussing, sir. We'll discuss in the backup. When we are discussing backup session, I will discuss about the DCM page. When we are discussing a recovery model, we'll discuss about the PCM page, bulk change map. Very, very important point. When we are discussing indexes, I will discuss about the IAM page. Okay. Yeah. Pawan, you are having question?
Yes,
Yeah.
Subbu.
Yes.
I'm trying to write here.
In
Say
the chat.
actual data is stored in the form of pages, right?
Yes, sir.
That pages are storing in the extents, right?
Yes.
The
Allocation will form in the form of extents only, sir.
extents,
But your data is storing in the pages only.
correct. That extents comes from GAM,
Yes, sir.
correct. If the extent is 54 GB, right?
No,
One
64 kilobytes, sir. One
KB,
extent
yeah,
KB.
64 KB, correct.
Yes. Yes.
If not full, the 64 KB is not full. Only half of is full, but remaining the
Pages.
next coming pages is much more than the remaining space.
Yeah.
So that's the
It will split the page, sir. It will split the page. One page can be split. That's what. Today I'm just discussing theoretical part, sir. Okay, I will show you how the
okay.
splits are happening. Internally, the page
Why
will
I am
split. No. Good question. That's what. I want to show you practically, then you can understand easily. The page can split. So, for example, this is the page, sir. Okay, this is the page. Okay, there is content 1, 2, 5, 6. Assume these are the 4 records currently available, sir. 1, 2, 5, 6. Assume you are inserting 3, you are inserting 4. So if I want to fit in this hierarchy level, okay, sir, again, this is too much internal. I will show you practically, then you can understand, sir. I wanted to fit this 3, 4 into this page, but if I wanted to fit here, the size is not sufficient. So what it is doing, it is fitting 1, 2, 3, 4, and it is moving 5th record, 6th record. It will create one more page. It will get the one more page, and it load 5, 6. So this concept we are calling as a page splits. Page splits will occur, sir, internally.
okay.
Sometimes page splits are dangerous. Sometimes. When it will be dangerous, what you need to do, when it will go for page splits, I will show you practical demos, sir. That time you can understand easily.
Then why I'm not understand because if I, for example, one movie containing 1 GB, but I have a space in the disk 800 GB. Remaining 200 GB I store in under the disk. I cannot split the movie into 2 parts, right?
Yes.
That's the point I am not understanding how.
Now you got it, sir. No.
Yeah.
So it
Got
will
it.
move, sir. It will move based on the your table structure. We want to know what is the table structure, whether you create the indexes. There are lots, sir, yet to discuss. Only high level part only I explained here. Only high level. I not deep dive what is happening internally. Just high level flow, how the data is, how the pages are allocating, how the extents are allocating.
Correct. Okay, got it. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good question, sir. Now, sir, forget about these 3 pages. Very important, sir. These 3 pages are very important. We'll discuss in the respective days when we are discussing backups, when we are discussing recovery models, when we are discussing indexes. When we are discussing index itself, I will discuss about the IAM page. I will also discuss about the split page because this index will get after 20 to 25 days only. 20 to 25 days. That time you are a little bit familiar on the SQL server, sir. That time you can understand the indexes, okay? We will discuss index session 2 to 3 sessions in the first 30 days. Again, 3 to 4 sessions are the advanced performance tuning, sir. That is our actual index concept. At the ending also, we are going to discuss 3 to 4 sessions. Before 1 month also, we are going to discuss 2 to 3 sessions because this is the base index, that is actual index. Okay. So once you get the practical one by one, sir, slowly you will understand one by one by one by one. No worries. No, don't get tense, sir. But understand a little bit. Don't stress your brain a lot. Understand that okay, the allocation is happening via GAM page. Okay, the verification is happening whether you are having free space happening via PFS page level, via GAM page level also it is verifying and loading the data. If it is not sufficient, I can get the pages from the extents. I can start loading the data, and sometimes internally the page is also splitting. Sometimes internally the page is also splitting. I will show you practically how to avoid those splits. How to avoid those splits. What are the things you need to take in care? We'll discuss in the upcoming sessions, sir. Okay. Uh, Now boot page, sir. I told you right. There will be boot page. Just now we open right. This boot page is the ninth page, ninth page, and only available in the MDF file, sir. Boot page will be available only in the MDF file, which stores all the metadata information related to your database. Complete your data, metadata, sir. Means sir, the actual data is storing in the database only. Please, sir, don't get confused. What do you mean by technical terms? Metadata means your information related to your database, like what is your database, what is your compatibility, okay, database compatibility, collations, all the stuff, what is the last checkpoint, last ledger writer, okay, what is the last dbcc good run, all that metadata info, what is the last backup happen, what is the last lsn you have taken the backup, which we are going to discuss in the upcoming session, sir. All the metadata related information will be logged in the boot page. That boot page will be available only in the MDF file, sir. It's not available in any NDF file. Only one boot page will be created. That boot page will contain the metadata related to your database. Got it? Metadata related to our database, sir. Our database. And finally, there will be text and image files, sir. Whenever you enable the file stream concept, okay, when you enable the file stream concept, and whenever you are making a data type called LOB, large binary objects, like if you wanted to store the, sir, take your bank. Whenever you go to the bank, if you wanted to open your account, okay, they will ask you passport size photo, and they will ask you your Aadhaar card Xerox. They are storing somewhere, right? That passport size photo also they are storing. They are storing your identity proof also, address proof also, right? In case if you are storing like a text, image kind of stuff into the database, where your data is storing means text and image pages. Where that data is storing means internally it is storing in the text page, internally it is storing in the image page. Can I store document in the database? Yes, sir. Can I store image in the database? Yes, sir, you can store it. That kind of data is storing in the text and image pages. That's it, sir, for today. You can raise your questions now. I hope you understand high level hierarchies or everything.
As you told, if we create two MDF files, so there will be two boot pages. Unnecessarily, we are wasting space, correct?
No, sir. Only one. Whatever the default MDF file will be there, that default MDF file will contain the boot page, sir. Not any other files also. But mostly we'll keep the sir. Some people will keep the MDF only. Some people, knowledgeable people, will create NDF, sir. Always you need to create .NDF file to avoid the confusions. Secondary data files. Only one boot page, sir. Only one boot page available entire database level, not file level. Not file level, sir. Entire database level, only one boot page will be available. Yeah.
Sir,
Bhushan,
what about this ninth page of fast file in database?
sorry?
In boot page, the slide it is mentioned that ninth page of the fast files in database.
That's what default MDF file, sir. That is the first file that it will create.
Okay.
Yeah.
It will be the ninth page.
Ninth page, sir.
That means it will contain second extent.
Sorry?
One extent it will contain 8 pages.
No, extent, sir. Forget about extents. We are not discussing anything about extent here. Boot page is our ninth page. First page is our PFS page. Second page is our GAM page. Third page is your SGAM page. Fifth or sixth page is the data page. So there is a sequence order. In that ninth page is our boot page.
So actually, these GAM and SGAM pages where these reside on MDF file?
Second page. Yes, MDF file, NDF files. Every MDF files.
Okay. It's track about that file in that
Yes.
itself, right?
Yes.
GAM and SGAM.
Yes.
Okay. The boot is only on BT. I mean, in the
One,
MDF.
it's separate, sir. It's a separate page.
Okay.
Don't compare with extents. Don't
No,
compare
no.
with the database.
Right.
Boot page is a boot page, a separate page.
Okay.
Subbu, I have a question which is
Yes, sir.
out of context.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yesterday, I was performing one server.
Okay.
There is a favor custom application. We can see which is the running the primary, which node is running primary. Correct. So we have a two servers. if the one server is down, we can connect to the second server. So there is a SQL server services.
Okay.
When I try to run initially it is the stop state. When I try to run the services, after some time it's going to automatically going to stop. I don't know why it is stopping automatically.
Oh, your
What reason?
SQL services are stopping.
Yeah, when I try
Okay.
to running server, after some time it's stopping.
Services.msc.
The storage team are unable to take a back.
For example, you are starting the SQL services. Okay.
Yeah.
So immediately if you start, it is stopping, starting. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Is there any antivirus is installed on your system?
That I need. That 2008 server which we are working.
No worries, sir. Just verify any antivirus is enabled and verify first SQL error log. Okay. So
Okay.
if you open the configuration manager, okay. If you open
Yeah.
the configuration manager, okay, you will go to the startup parameters. Okay. Startup parameters. There will be error log file. Copy this one. Go to the run. Okay. Paste it. Open the error log, sir. First thing, you need to open the error log. Hey, wait. I'm not able to open. Go to the path. Come on here. D. Okay. D is available, right? What happened to my D? D. What is the location it is showing? D. MS SQL data. Where is MS SQL? Oh, yes, it's there. Data. Okay. Access issue. Okay. Okay. Log. So first thing, try to start the SQL services. Go and read the error logs, sir. This is the first thing you need to do.
Okay.
And same time, open the event viewer logs. Okay. Event viewer logs. Event viewer logs.
Okay.
Okay. Once you got the event viewer logs, go to the error log application. Apply the filter. Okay. Anyhow, you are immediately doing right.
Yes,
Okay.
we get some numbers. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can filter error, warning, verbose error. Okay. There's one thing you will get it. Go to the system. Also get it, sir. So first read the error log and also verify is there any antivirus is running on your system. Okay. Sometimes your antivirus will block the SQL services. Okay. Your antiviruses will block the SQL services in case or uh, uh, we need to read the error log and try to read the event viewer log. Definitely you will get to know, sir. Whatever error message you are getting, if you're not understanding, can you just ping me, okay, in the WhatsApp? I'm here to help you, sir. Okay. So
Sure.
after you verify, just reach out to me directly. I will call you to try to help you to fix the issue.
Sure. Thanks.
Yeah. So without reading error log, without reading event viewer log, we can't judge, sir. Okay, what is happening, what is going on. Okay. Verify all the disks are healthy. Verify storage VM is healthy, storage part is healthy. Okay, then go and verify if possible. You can go and verify whether you are able to see the files or not. Whether I'm able to see all the respective files or not. Okay, yeah, I'm able to see all the files. Yes, okay. Then what you can do, sometimes even sometimes your disk will be going to the write protected, sir, or write protected. So sometimes by unknowingly, knowingly, your disk will go into the write protected. That time also you can't start the SQL services. First, go and verify whether all the disks are accessible or not, all the files are available or not. Go and start the SQL services. Verify antivirus is there or not. Okay, antivirus is there or not, and try to read the SQL error log. Try to read the event viewer log. very slowly, sir, try to read even to your log. You will get to know some sort of information, very information. You can reach out to me later on. Okay.
The most of them using default virus, I think. So the Windows Defender.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah. Sometimes it will block, sir. That's the problem.
okay.
Yeah.
Then, sure. I will get back to you. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Just a moment, Ashok.
Yes. Yes.
What is the error exactly you are getting when you're starting the engine?
No, he's trying to start the SQL services immediately. His connection is closing, sir. Starting, closing. Sometimes
Yeah,
when
it will close the book. Yeah, but when he's starting it from either the services or from the configuration manager, there will be a
no, your voice is.
okay, sorry,
We
it went
lost
on
your
mute.
voice. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever he tries to start the resources, it will tell some error right on the screen.
Yeah.
What is that
Right.
error?
Yeah.
Does it
That's what.
say
That's what I asked him.
timely
Can you?
fashion?
Yeah.
Mostly it looks access rights to the service account, because yesterday had an issue that SQL agent was not running. Then it was a new server and a new client also, so they didn't give that service account while installing. Take automatically from while
So
installing,
the
so that doesn't have
default,
proper
yeah,
rights.
yeah. So the only reason it's not about the antivirus or anything like that. The one situation that where your services will pull down when your service account does not have sufficient permissions. If your engagement is not allowed for an admin credentials for your service accounts into the local admin, then the only way that you can achieve is by enabling your specific permissions from the local security policy. If you have a policy based management by your organization on the AD, then that's where they have to fix it.
I will.
Otherwise,
Let's
get the permissions granted.
1 second, sir. I will bring the tag here. Come on. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Where I kept it.
But if you go for application event viewer, it will be clear. You will get clear. What is the real
So
reason?
see that's what I mean to say, right? Where you can go and read back the errors, or the moment when you try to start the services, either from your services or from the configuration manager, it will immediately show you the error stating that your services will brought down in a remote timely fashion error. That is generic error. But when you look into your logs, it will tell you that okay, it is missing, but it won't say that it is missing permissions. It will tell you that your services account getting bring down. When you look back, what is a service account, and then look back into your service account and history of it will tell you that it doesn't have sufficient permissions there. But whenever you see the timely fashion errors, the first thing that you have to look is what is my permissions of the SQL services that is running, and then what are the permissions that is being granted. That's where you start with. Once your permissions are set, then look back again, try to start. If it starts absolutely, the engine is fine, then good. If your Microsoft, or sorry, the antivirus is pulling down in your event viewer log, when you go under the Windows, and you don't need to go under application or anything like that. If you look back downwards, you will see there, whatever the antivirus tool that you are using, you will see that antivirus logs there. In that logs, when you look, if your antivirus is bringing down, it will show you that what is the reason that it is bringing down the SQL server. Sometimes there is an incident happened with the Palo Alto. The Palo Alto assumes the SQL services as a SQL injection or hacking tool. It starts to bring down. There was a bug with the Palo Alto. But you will not see anything in the event logs. The only way that you can figure it out why it is bringing down is into the antivirus logs. If antivirus is causing your SQL engine down. I hope you guys got the clear idea of what it is and what might be the consequences of that issue.
In addition to that, sir, okay, see, Uh, Sometimes very tricky configuration. Being it's a part of clusters. Okay, I hope I remember that you told that okay, my node went down. Okay, another node when I'm trying to bring the SQL services, it is not coming online. Okay, so my point of view, maybe it's a part of cluster. Is it right? Okay, so when it is part of cluster, it's a the behavior will be little bit different, sir. Very tricky sometimes because how the storage is configured is also very important. There will be checkpoints will be available in the registry level when you go for cluster. That checkpoints will also play a one of because sometimes we play some people will play with the registries when you are working with the clusters. If you are playing with the registries also, sometimes SQL will behave a little bit differently and it can't write the information in the error log, it can't write the information in the event your log as well. And even if the storage is also mismatching, okay, so when you see the storage also mismatching, sometimes you will see very different error message in the error log. There is has been like 256 miscellaneous IO, such kind of information. Storage also different. That time also SQL Server will behave a little bit differently, sir, when we are starting the SQL services. So first, that's the reason I requested everyone first read the error log, first read event your log, and project what error you are getting when you are starting the SQL services, so that we'll get some idea what are the things we need to look into, so that we can move it forward. By also we have one tool called Process Monitor, Microsoft provided Process Monitor. You can also try to start that Process Monitor. It is a Microsoft tool only. It will also help us a lot, sir. What is happening when you are running the process? What is happening when you are installing the process? That will also track some information. There are a lot many things, but when you are starting, what error message you are getting? Okay, and go and read it. Let's see. We can drive the troubleshoot in a different algorithms. And thanks. I think Kiran, right?
Yeah,
No.
sorry to hijack your meeting.
Oh, sorry. No. It's always welcome, sir. If we are learning something new, always welcome because
I was
I,
working
I
and then I just heard like you were explaining. I thought, okay, add some more thing on there.
no, sir. You are right. So
I'll take it easy.
we need to go to the local policies, and there are a tricky services are there like log on to the service, replace the process level token, bypass the traverse checking. This is something very important. Okay, we'll discuss all this stuff at the ending, sir. I don't want to make it projective right away. But being the scenario came right, you can try to get back to me with all the screenshot, all the stuff. I try to help you to fix the issue, sir. Okay. And of course, always welcome, because I think your experience is greater than my experience. Okay, that's what I heard. Okay.
Oh, you got from side?
Yeah. No,
That's right. I'll connect with you.
I wanted to reach out to you. Always. Okay. Always for everyone. I'm not saying only to specific person. I'm happy to learn, sir, always. If I don't know, I don't know. Let's learn together. Okay?
Yeah, that's the concept of TPA. Always
Yeah. So
learn together.
I will share this kind of tricky troubleshooting what I done earlier, which I haven't fixed. Couple of things. There is no fix. Then we excluded the project. We went to the different direction. Oh my God. So I will explain this kind of tricky things in the advanced level. Okay? No worries. There are lots, sir. There are a lot. We'll discuss all this stuff in advanced level. Okay. Again,
Yeah.
a very good thing. If you are stuck somewhere, don't hesitate. Okay. We are here to help you. Someone will definitely help you, sir. Okay. I will.
Yeah, as long as they're posting, so
Yeah.
that's the default. People should be aware, Subbu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let the team know that when they post a message, at least someone will respond. They don't need to hesitate,
Yes.
and they don't need to consume. Okay, it might be a silly, and people think that I don't know anything like this and stuff like that. There is nothing such. If you have any question, post it in the group, get it clarified, and then be confident.
Yes. We are learners, sir.
Yes.
Always. Always we are learners. Okay. Good. Very good to
Yep.
hear everyone. Yeah.
Thanks, Subbu.
Yeah. Thank you. See you tomorrow with one more interesting concept.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
Subbu.
Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you. Yeah.
Subbu, I faced one issue yesterday.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Do
Yes.
you have time?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes. We are having a lot of time because
Okay.
I made a 40-second batch to evening. Okay. Because I am not immediately diverting my brain. Being there having a tricky performance tuning sessions, right? Immediately I need to switch from here to there means it's becoming a challenge to me. So that's the reason I made to evening. Okay, let's discuss evening.
Okay. Yeah, yesterday I got one incident that user faces the issue they're unable to run the SP because that SP runs earlier times also, but they got the issue now. So I have checked all the things, blockings and all, but I didn't get anything from SQL end. I did the update stats also, but still they are facing the issue.
First, you need to verify what is that SP is doing, sir. What sort of statements are available in that SP? First, you need to
No, I
analyze that
didn't.
SP, sir. You can go for example, first try to do some research on that SP, sir. So, for example, this is your SP, right? Assume this is your stored procedure. We don't know what exactly it is. They are running and they are saying that, hey, my performance is impacting. We don't know anything about that SP, right? So grab some information like, is there any modification happened on the SP? What is the last good run, successful good run? Okay. So that you will get idea, okay, later on only they are facing issue. Anything they made changes because assume, sir, earlier it's troubleshooting is something different. We need to think, sir. We can't directly go and simply check the blockings, deadlocks, or indexes or stats, and we come to know nothing. We are identifying the SQL server. Okay. First, especially if you go for SPs. Okay. Especially if you go for SPs, you need to first get some information about that SP. Take some time. Go and get some like SP underscore help text. Okay. I'm not sure how many people are aware of this okay. Go into the text format, run here. You will get the complete information your SP. Okay. So what exactly it is doing. So you need to divide that SP. So it's very simple SP, sir. Let's get some tricky SP. Okay. Now this is something little bigger, right? Now what I will do means I will start this SP. Okay, they are passing two parameters. Okay, and whether they are using any temporary tables, local temporary tables, global temporary tables, or they are using any variables, you need to verify. And this is one shot of query. This is one shot of query, and this they are using union all. Okay, this is one shot of query. So now what I will do means I will I will make these are the dynamic values. At the rate means it is getting dynamic values, sir. You need to make sure that static values. Okay. So get some parameters from application team or get from the database. Copy this one. Don't run insert update delete, sir, please. Okay. If it is a select, what you need to do, you can convert this into static and go and run how much time it is taking, or you can ask them application team, can I reproduce the issue? Is it impact anything if I reproduce the issue select statement? Because I need to get some sort of information. While you are running also, you can enable set statistics IO on, set statistics time on, and go and run this one. Okay, this query is taking 2 seconds. Okay, this query is taking 2 seconds. This query is taking 10 seconds. Means mostly issue is not with this two, maybe issue is this one. Okay, why it is taking 10 seconds? And okay, you are able to see one more operator called union all. What is union all? What exactly it is doing? Whether it will improve the performance, it won't improve the performance. Is there any alternative for the union all? Okay, on and suddenly the performance won't impact, right? So that is how we need to analyze, sir, and what parameters they are passing. Is there any parameter sniffing is happening? Can I avoid the parameter sniffing? by setting the recompile option here. So that is how Hari, we need to think. Okay, it's not like simply we check the blocking deadlocks and nothing is identified. Okay, I hope you are getting my point.
Yes, yes, I got it.
Yeah,
It shows one DPA tool. It shows some due to parallelism. It
yeah,
faces the issue.
parallelism, right? We did.
Don't go till there, Hari. Okay, see,
Okay.
first thing, your issue is the proc running or it has performance issues with delays?
Yeah.
So which
No,
one it is?
no, he's asking whether your
Performance
query is
issue.
executing or it is taking longer time.
No, it's taking longer time.
So that's you consider it as a
Yes.
performance tuning, right?
Yeah.
Now, the second question. See, you need to take a strategic approach always. The questions that you ask your application team will have most of your answers by the question itself. You don't need to get into the troubleshooting before you understand what is the issue, where, when, what, right?
Okay.
Was there any changes to that specific proc in recent times? That's the first question that you ask your application team.
Okay. As per
Second,
them, no.
yeah. Second question, what is the stats? What was the previous? Is it running directly from the application or can you grab some stats of that proc if it is running in your local system as a SQL agent job? You look back the procs. What was running? Historical data. Previous and now. What is the latency that they are reporting? Third
Right.
level. Yep.
Like Kiran, you added, right? Like, see, like this,
Yeah.
sir. You need to say get some questions from the application team. Does the query completes? Can we reproduce on demand? Can we repo this in dev one test? So you need to grab some, as Kiran is saying, that you need to grab some inputs. So it's you should not directly go into the troubleshooting, sir. No, we should not never like seeing the blockings or deadlocks. No, we need to troubleshooting is something different, quite a different actually. If you go for hierarchical level, it will make so easy while you are troubleshooting. Get same
Yeah. The
same.
another thing is you by the time that the application team answers your question, they might figure it out where they did wrong, or you will also know that okay, when you ask these questions, they assume they're coming as see. There are two types of scenarios that happens always into the IT world. One, blame game. When application team wants some time to consume, they just simply put on the DB and they will say that we are seeing performance issues and then this is what happening. When if you don't ask any questions to them and you start troubleshooting stuff, you never get an answer there because you don't know what you're troubleshooting there. The first thumb rule of anything is understand the issue, what, where, and when happened. When you understand the tree logic, when you put the questions for them, you will have your answers ready and then start troubleshooting. By the time that you ask these questions and grab the information, even you will understand okay where it started, when it started. Then the application also, whoever is complaining that, they will also tell you whether they have stats or not. If they don't have anything, then it's the expectation is pretty much clear and simple. They don't have any statistics to support their case. Then you do what the best that you can do as a help to fix the issue, rather than it as treating it as an issue and as an escalation. That's simple. If you troubleshoot directly, then the blame comes to the DBA. If you take time and to respond and then to resolve the issue, immediately say we reported to the DBA and then they didn't come back. It starts with a different way of conversation there. I hope you
Okay.
got the answer there.
Yes, yes, I got it.
So always have the strategic approach and ask the questions when somebody reports an issue. Don't start troubleshooting right away. Because you need to
Okay.
grab the information first.
Okay, mostly I face the same issues. One more issue, they're executing the query within 10 seconds on one server. The same query executes the 30 seconds in another server. So they want to troubleshoot us. I
Yeah,
got the
are
reset.
they both likely environments? If both are two different things, definitely you see the difference. If both are same, exactly a look alike, then you might need to check why it is running.
Yeah, both are prod servers. Both are same environments.
Are they exactly look alike? When I say look alike, exactly the same size of the database, same size of your CPU memory disks, and then same size of workload or the transactions that happens on the DB.
Yes.
One
Same.
single parameter also changes the stats of your entire execution plan,
Okay.
right? You
Yeah.
may are assuming that they are same, but are they exactly the same even the workload as well?
Okay. Okay, I got it.
Right? So
Yeah.
get all those answers and understand the environment. Once you have all those information, then you start with from the basic, what is the errors, and then when, what statistics, indexes, and then is there any changes? So when it started actually the issue, was it continuously running only at that 10 seconds, or it was a fluctuating range between 10 to 50? What time that it is actually going to 30 seconds or 50 seconds, and when it is completing within 10 seconds? What was the server performance at that 10 seconds, and what was the server performance at 50 seconds? There you will see some answers there, because you start troubleshooting, you will have lots of fun there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Nice
Thank
conversation.
you.
Srihari, just hurry. Just reach out to me, okay? Uh, Call me after
Yeah.
some time, okay?
Okay. Okay.
We'll try to sort it out to your issues, okay? Because that is a hierarchy level, as Kiran told, right?
Mm-hmm.
Troubleshooting is something different, sir. Most of the people will directly going and doing something. That's a problem will starting. That's we need to go for hierarchical level. Need to make the healthy communication in between application team to DBA team. Always we need to make the good communication so that our troubleshooting, performance troubleshooting, make little bit simplify. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
suppose
First,
sometimes
initially,
we didn't
we will
understand their
anyhow,
language
yeah,
also.
anyhow, we will discuss at the advanced level. Meanwhile, I will try to help you. I don't want over stress. Okay. Reach out to me. Okay. Just ping me in WhatsApp. I will call you in some time. Okay. We'll talk on this one. Yep.
Okay, suppose. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. Everyone make very interesting session. Thanks. Great.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. See you tomorrow, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.